Welcome, Gemini. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot coming back to you after a pretty long absence. I was sick. I'm back. I'm on the road to recovery. And when I began this series of readings over 2 weeks ago, um, it was a setup for the new moon in Cancer. Of course, now the full moon in Capricorn is imminent. So I'm shifting gears as is appropriate. And we'll talk about that today. So thank you so much for being here and for all the loving, supportive energy that I felt from so many of you when I was not well. So here we go. Gemini, your overall energy is the Two of Swords. There's a decision that you feel pressed to make. This can feel more like a crossroads kind of decision that so much is hanging on the choice that you make now. This can be about a path that you have built yourself up to. It may have come to you as a revelation through your efforts and consistent work. Um, it may not have been planned. It may have felt as though it is more revealing itself. However, you have deep misgivings about the choice you're making or the implications of it for others around you, so that you may be aware that the choice that you are uncovering, that is being illuminated, that you are aligning with, is the choice that you have worked towards, that is for you. This is your own manifestation, your own creation. This is something you have built, but you're also perhaps fearful of, in fact, the things you feel you may have to sacrifice. And this is uh, reflecting a choice or a decision that you know already the way to go. You're just acknowledging to yourself and realizing that this is a difficult decision for the reasons of the way it may impact others, the way you may feel that you are making a choice between a current or circle of friends or supporters or efforts and uh, a future direction. So you know the answer here, but you are expecting that it is moving you away from a known life. In the past, we have the Magician card. And this is really just confirming what I described as a path that you've created. This is a direction that you have put together through your own talents, your own wisdom, your own experience, and your own creative will, so that you are using many, if not most, of the tools in your arsenal. You are integrating all levels of your understanding and your pursuit of a big dream. And in that way, this felt risky, but less risky when you were still embedded in an old reality that you are quickly re envisioning, remaking. This new vision that is revealing itself in your current circumstance through a choice or a decision or a new possible direction or opportunity, perhaps it's an offer, is really just uncovering who you are, what you have created, and your ability to own this new opportunity. In the present, we have this is the King of Cups. In this particular deck, this card is not labeled, so I always stumble on the Egyptian cards because the kings and queens look quite similar to me. And I think that's quite a beautiful thing. But simply for correct information, what matters about king or queen is the principle, not the gender. The principle of the King of Cups is your emotional maturity. You have grown out of a need to seek approval from others based on their other experiences. You are validating the challenges you've overcome. You've allowed yourself to be vulnerable enough to admit those mistakes, those challenges you faced, and in many cases overcome. And what you've been gifted with as a result of that is information you didn't have before, information about who you are. And through your ability to manifest this new direction, you are emerging from the very act of that manifesting, that pursuit of your dreams, into a more mature, more sensible, more sensitive person who is able to understand the needs of others and to support their understanding of the necessity for them to learn and move forward. This is really about the advisement that you are able to give to others, or this can be, depending on your circumstance, someone who plays that role for you. This may have been a mentor, someone who got you to the place you are now and is really supporting the difficulty of this journey because it hasn't been easy. We have to understand that the difficulties in our experience are gifts and that we have emerged as stronger, better, clear, more inspired, more in tune people as a result of that. So, through the benefit of your most challenging experiences, the difficulties you've overcome, and in some cases for you, that has been being overlooked, being undervaluated, um, being underestimated, and your ability to emerge through that with compassion for those that didn't get it, don't get you, and your awareness that that is not sufficient to keep you from moving on the path that's best for you. In the future, we have the Hanged One. The Hanged One is about a lot having happened, and in the future, it's feeling as though you will have the chance to stand back and survey this really foundational experience you're having. As you step onto this new path, you are allowing yourself the opportunity to process all of this new information from what may have been an unwitting uh, development and creation of your unique voice, your unique product or program in the world, to this place of understanding all the ways that has affected you in all different arenas of your life, so that you are moving forward in a way that allows you to stand back and understand that a new sense of perspective is required. A new frame of reference is necessary in order for you to integrate what you've learned and to repurpose that into this forward creation that you are building, this life of creative will, of manifesting a dream that is clearly uh, one that allows you to fill your potential uh, capabilities, but also is for the service of others. And as always in your readings, Gemini, you are bringing others along with you in your understanding. You are actually attentive to the way that others see and understand their experiences, and you are deeply tapped into that. So that is part of the information that you are evaluating, quantifying, allowing yourself the space to process and redirect towards this fulfillment of a creative act for you. If this reading is resonating for you, Gemini, please like this video, share it with others who might enjoy it, and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. And I thank you all for the support that you give me. And I pulled abundance. I am a limitless being, and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. Sounds like the Magician card to me. And from the flora and fauna of Africa, I pulled the Egyptian cobra. You have power and grace. Know when to use your voice and when to use your venom. Interesting. This is so much reflected in the way that you're integrating your experience from the past into the vision that you have for your service, your creative creation, what it is you're building moving forward. I love that. So in the first house, the Magician is clarified by the Ten of Fire and by the Queen of Fire. Interesting. So I'm taking this first. The Ten of Fire is about the incredible amount of work, obligations, and responsibilities to others that you have taken on. You take all your responsibilities seriously. You execute every task to the best of your ability. And you often have not allowed space for yourself because of your unique ability to process and be inspired by the responsibilities and obligations you've taken on. You've actually transformed your work ethic, your dedication, your diligence to a place where you are now fully prepared to build something of your own, something that you envision. Tens reduced to one. One is the number of the Magician. So you have been prepared through some pretty grueling, hard work, a lot of responsibility. You may be responsible for the entire team, the entire organization, whether you're in a position of authority or not. And somehow I feel that you not being in the position of authority in the present or in your past has actually allowed you a modicum of freedom to reinvent what you do, to reformulate it in a way that becomes now this creative expression of yourself. And because of this almost trial by fire, grooming by fire, the Queen of Fire is describing your utmost confidence, your absolute belief in what you're doing. This is coming straight from your heart. You have reconfigured your vision so that it is uniquely expressive of who you are. You have all the resources necessary, but rather than going out there and creating, getting the resources and the people together, they are drawn to you through your ability, through your experience, having completed these tasks, perhaps under the tutelage or supervision of others, to move forward, to motivate others, to inspire others. They want to lead you, but you, Gemini, have a way of leading by allowing others to participate in the creation of something. Again, this always comes up for you. You know how to listen to others. In the present, with the King of Cups, we have the Three of Water first, and this is the Three of Swords. Everyone's been getting this, more or less. This is the healing path you're on. I doubt if you could be to this tremendous place of compassion, understanding, and support of others without having done some really serious healing work of your own, by understanding that all of the challenges, all of the hardships you've overcome have gifted you in more ways than were clear at the time, so that you have learned so much more about who you are by attempting to meet the expectations of others, having felt compelled to overgive, to pour yourself into your responsibilities. You now have learned what you don't want, what isn't for you, what you don't believe, rejecting the box of others, the labels of others, knowing that your expectations supersede the needs and desires of others. And also, in the present, the seven of air. I'm not sure if I use the word competition, but this is reminding me that you have been in a very competitive environment, and it's reaffirming the idea that you have probably labored and done almost everything necessary to create your own vision by um, working according to the critical expectations of supervisors, authorities, others who had um, veto power over your ideas. Many of your ideas were valid, but you perhaps didn't feel you could get the support for them. In fact, you may be in a situation right now where you don't feel that you can get support for what it is that you want to achieve. But what's different, what has grown for you, is your understanding that the support is available. It just may not be where you've gotten it in the past. And we go back again to the possibility of other offers, other alternatives, other ways, other opportunities that may provide you with the resources that you need, the assistance that you're asking for when you emerge with your ideas, so that you no longer feel blocked or even angry in a way that you might have felt resentful in the past when you were blocked. This is a really beautiful energy that is describing the lack of self doubt that no longer plagues your ideas, the sense of inadequacy, or that you hadn't done your due diligence, or you hadn't done your homework, or you don't have enough to pursue the ideas that are yours to pursue. You're really freeing yourself from that. And this, in addition to your own healing path, your own attention to your own behaviors that do limit you, is allowing you to really jettison, release, and let go of all these old ideas where you felt you had to get the approval of others. You needed their permission. And that kept you small and kept you believing that you should be small. The Hanged One in the future was clarified by the Six of Earth. We'll do that first. The Six of Earth is the way in which the experiences that you've been through and that you're going through are reflecting on all the exchanges of energy that you engage in. This most commonly refers to, of course, money, but also relationships, the kinds of contracts that you have increasingly evolved to understanding is the foundation of not only profit, benefit, success, but of a fair exchange, of self respect, of knowing your limits, being able to negotiate those, the terms of your engagement, and overall to be explicit about that in a way that perhaps felt difficult in the past, where you felt you had to take what you could get, that your ability to negotiate was limited. You now are in a position to define your exchanges. And this necessarily is based on an honest and thoughtful commitment from you to do the best work possible in your commitments to others, but it's also about prioritizing your needs first now that you're in a position to do so. You no longer have to comply or take what you can get. You now are in a position to negotiate or look to alternatives. You have something of value, but you're very clear on what those agreements should look like, and that is in your personal life, your relationships, as well as your professional life, as just two examples of energy exchanges that most of us are concerned with. And in the future, the Hanged One is also clarified by the Four of Air. This is the Four of Swords in the traditional deck, and this really is about the healing process. You have a number of cards here that indicate that you are about healing, that you are aware that you have behaviors, attitudes, and habits that limit you, that you are moving to a place where you no longer are confident in your skills and talents, and that you don't need the permission of others to move forward. The Four of Swords is at a deeper level rewarding that healing journey that you have been on, that we all continue on throughout our life. There's always ways to improve. And this one is really about the deep gratitude that you now feel and appreciate from the challenges you've overgone. Not only do you understand that they're gifts, but you've elevated to a place where you understand your phenomenal gratitude for every lesson, particularly every challenge, has given you the position to be in the life of your dreams. This is now comprising a spiritual foundation that is amplifying everything that you do. And I'm going to finish this reading with a yogic path oracle and wonder how I can talk so much when my voice is so scratchy, and I apologize if it's painful to hear me. It's not so painful anymore, but I just had to be here. So thank you for being here too. And I have pulled the Pratyahara card. I always love it when I pull a new one, and I'm going to look Pratyahara up. And this is about control of the senses. And I will read this to you. Recently, you've let go of some distractions in your life, and everything has upgraded since. You've realized that holding on to things, foods, stimulants, or people only keeps you anchored in the physical world. Truth lies in letting go of all that is not you. The daily coffee, piece of chocolate, social media addiction, or need to buy, those were once such a part of your identity that has now diminished. This is the time to go deeper into Pratyahara and let go of any attachments, even those that are less obvious. Continue to meditate, which draws you immediately into Pratyahara and illuminates what it is you are holding on to. It is only from here that you can listen to the truth within and act accordingly. Thank you so much, Gemini, for this beautiful reading. Until next time, namaste.